Welcome to Laravel Livewire tutorial. So in this tutorial, we'll be making very basic application in order to learn the basic of Laravel Livewire. So what exactly is the Laravel Livewire? Laravel Livewire is the full stack framework for the Laravel developers that helps us to make a dynamic interface simple without leaving the comfort of Laravel. You can see as per the definition. So imagine how difficult it used to be when you include like Vue.js framework or React framework or Angular framework in a project. It's lots of difficulty for backend developers. So Livewire came here to solve those problems. So you don't have to write even a single piece of your JavaScript code. Everything will be handled by the Laravel Livewire. You need to only focus on your Laravel skill. So let's make a basic app. So let me show my project here. So here I am in Laravel Livewire. This is my project and this is my database, and first we'll make a table. So let's make the PHP artisan make model, and I'll make this as article model, and along with the model I'll make the migration file. Now I should have the migration file here. So let's go here, and in the migration now I have article. So let's make the title for the article title. So this will be very basic. Just we want to explore some of the features of Livewire. So text and description. Yes, see, RIP and description. Now let's migrate this. So write PHP artisan migrate, and it should create the articles table in my Laravel Livewire, and I should have title and description. So let's refresh this again. And here is our articles table, and we have the title and description for the article. Okay, now let's install the Laravel Livewire. So we can install via Composer, and I'll copy this, I'll clear this stuff, and then I'll write this. So Composer require Livewire /Livewire, and it will install the Livewire in our Laravel project. So let's wait for some time, and we should get the Livewire in our project directory. So Livewire is installed in our Laravel project. Now the second step is we have to copy this style and JS, and we need to paste it in layout/app.blade.php, same like we have done or we do in the Laravel. So let's go here and let's paste it. So it says that we need to paste this in the head, so style should be within the head. So this is my head tag, so I'll paste over here, and obviously I think we need the @, so we need @ here, and this should be within the body. So I'll copy this one with the script, and then I'll paste within the body, so I'll just paste over here. Okay. Now the other step is to make the file. So we can make with a PHP artisan make a Livewire and the name of the file that we want to make. And whenever we run this command, we'll get a 2 file. So let's see what we get. So let's make a simple test file. So here I'll write PHP artisan make Livewire, and I'll write test. So now let's do this. Now you can see here, alright, just now we have got 2 files. One is the test.php file, and other is the test.blade.php file, and its file is in the resources views Livewire folder, and the class is in app http Livewire, and we have test.php. So app http Livewire, we have the test.php, and it have a render method by default, and it simply return the view which is the test.blade.php, and it's in the livewire.test. So let's test this. So I'll write here welcome to Livewire, and then I have to register this as a component. This is as a component, so I like to get everything in this space with welcome.blade.php here. So what I have to do is, if I do in the home.blade.php, I have to obviously register so that only I can go to the home URL, and I don't like to register at the moment. So what I do is I'll copy everything from the home.blade.php and I'll paste in the welcome.blade.php, and now this is our welcome.blade.php and this is the layout. So here now I have to call or register, whatever you say. I'll write a livewire, and then so if I add livewire, then it targets to livewire this folder, and the name of the file is simply test. And in the test we have welcome to Livewire, and we should get this message now. And you can see we have welcome to Livewire. So great. So now next part is let's display the data from our database. So I have an article, and let me insert some of the article. So I'll write a first article, and I'll copy this and I'll paste over here number of times, and then here I'll write a second article, and copy this and paste here, and then go and save. So we have now 2 articles, and our purpose is to get article in this instead of getting the welcome to Laravel Livewire. So for that, this was just a test, so you can remove this file. So let me make another file to render all articles from my database. So here I can write a PHP artisan make livewire, and then here I'll write article index. So this is very important how you give the name. So here you can see for the article A is capital, and after that I have I capital. So I want you to name exactly like this, so that if you do this, then you'll get the file with the article dash index. So you can see here now you have a file /article/index, and you have the article index class. So now article index class knows that this article index should render the file or source the stuff in article index.blade.php. So we have now article here. Now let's do like this. So use app/article in our model, and let's go to article and let's make guarded. Whenever we insert the data, we do this guarded guarded and empty array. Okay, so in article index here we have this stuff, so we have to do exactly the same as we do in the Laravel. So first this is article, so I'll write articles, and we have the article, and let's get the latest article first, LATEST, the latest, and we'll get article, and we'll pass this compact, and we'll pass this articles, ARTICL is article. Make sure this spelling is same exactly. Now we have to loop this in our article/-index, and it's in here, and I'll do this. I'll remove this here. Now here I can write a for each $articles @article, and here first I'll display. So let's close this in for each, and first I'll display the title of my article. So here I can write article article title, and here I'll display the description of that article, ARTICL article, and DSCRIP description. Now this is fine. So now if you go here and if you refresh, we don't get anything, obviously, because we have to use this particular method in our welcome.blade.php. Currently we have the test, but now we need the article because we have everything in our article index. So we can write this as article-index, and now we should see those 2 articles that were in our database in our base. Great. Now next step is to create the article, and here I want to make one title field and another text area and one button, so that I can insert article into my articles table. So before that I have to obviously make a new file, and I have to make a new file and a new blade file as well, same like this. So let's do like this. So let's go here and make article, 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 and capital C create. Now I should have article create class and the file, and let's go here and article create. So Livewire, and I have article create. And if you go here, then we have the render method that renders this article create. So now let's make a form. So I'll write here form, and just a form, and let's write a form. Let's design simple form. So here I'll write a div class form group, and close this div, and write a label here, label, and I'll write title, and input type text, and we even don't need name, and I'll explain you later this, and form control, and that's all. So now let's copy this, and I'll make another mode, that is the text area. So I'll make it description, DSC RIPT and description, and text area. Here I'll give the class form control, and final step is to have a submit button to submit this form. So here I can write button submit, and here I'll write a class button primary. So everything is fine now. Now we have everything displayed in the welcome.blade.php. Exactly like this, I can render this view here. So I have to write a Livewire, and I have an article and CREA to create article create. Now just above this article, I should able to see this form. So let's refresh this, and you can see here I have title and description, and here is one submit button. Now in the article index, let's give here HR so that we know is individual article, and we have this line. Okay, great. Now let's go to the form, and still have to do some stuff here. So in the article create, so here we have to give same like we do like in the, if you have suppose if we were working in the Vue.js, then obviously we do like submit dot prevent, and we give the method name, right? So likewise here we give the where, and then colon, and we write submit dot prevent, and prevent. Obviously to prevent the default behavior of the browser, we need to write prevent, and here I can write store article. This is the name, article. And here we don't use the vmodel, or we don't use the name. Obviously we use a vmodel directive in Vue.js to create a two-way data binding on a form input text area select element, and it automatically picks the correct way to update the element based on the input type, right? And in the same way here we write a where, just to write a where, and then we write a model, and then we'll give the title. This is title. So exactly in the same way I can do here in the text area as well, and here now I'll give the description, DSC RIPT and description. So if you want to see how it works, so it works exactly like vmodel, and so here is the btn. So you want to check, then first you have to make this property as a public, and where we have to make this, so it's obviously article create, so you have to go to article create class, and here you can declare this as a public. So let's make this public title, and let's make public description as well, public $description, DSC RIPT and description. Now you can go here in the article index, sorry, article create, and just here you can see what you get here. So I write title, and let's go here, and now I'll write whatever I write here. You can see here it automatically displayed here, and whatever I write it also displayed here. For that I have to write here. Okay, so great. So this is how it works. Now we have to store this record into our database. So for that, we have the article create, and in the article index, sorry, in article create, we have the store article. So we have to make this method in our article create. So I'll make here. So I'll write public function and article store, and here I'll get this. Now I'll use f/article, yeah, tis article, which is my model. Now let's not work validation for now. Let's store the record before working on validation. So here I'll make the article article as a variable, and here I'll write article and then create. And we have already you should have like fillable or guarded, and we have already made that before we store the record. Now we have the two things that is that need to be stored in our table. The first thing is that a title, and this title is, we have the public, and we can simply do like this title, titl title, and then we have the description, the srpn description, and we can use as this description. Okay, so now it should create the record in our table. So let's see this. So refresh this, and let's say I'll write this is third article, and I'll copy this here and paste here and submit this. Obviously nothing happens, but if I refresh the page, then you can see I got this article. That means this article was already stored in my database. But our purpose is to get the article in our page instantly as soon as we submit, isn't it? And we'll do that. And one more thing you can notice here is that, so let's copy this, and I'll make the fourth article 4, and I'll make this, and I'll make the fourth article or something like that. And this is still not going from here, so it should go immediately from here. So to remove that, we can simply do this title like we do in JavaScript. We'll make this empty, and this description this. Okay, now let's try one more time, and I'll write this, and this is the fifth article, and fifth article, and let's give something description here. I'll copy this and I'll get this, and okay, this is gone from here, and we refresh page, we should get. Now we need to inform that we have store record in the table, and we need to update our page. So we need to fire an event from article create, and our article index should listen that event and should render the last or newly created record and should update our UI. Okay, so it's very easy to do that. So just we have to go here, and here I'll write emit, same like we do in the Vue.js, we write emit, and you can give the name of the event that you want to emit here. So I'll write article article store or article create, and then I pass the last or created ID, article ID, so that it helps to know the library which article to render in our view. So this is all now. Now only one thing left is that we have to go in the index, article index, because we emit the event and we have to listen this event here. So we have to write a listener here. So first we'll write here public, 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 and listeners. So in library we have to write a listener to listen the event, listeners, listeners, and here you can write this article, or if you want to give other name, then you can simply write article create or article create or something like that, but I'll leave this as it is. Okay, now we don't have to do much things, so only thing we have to do here is we'll make the method with the same name, with the same event here, same like we do in the Vue.js, like we write the view on and then we write the method, and we have the article ID, and just you can write ID here, and that's all. Now we fire an event from article create and we catch that event in article index, and it automatically should renders now the last created article in our page. So let me try this. Okay, so here I'll write this is the 6th article, copy, and then copy here and submit, and you can see this is automatically rendered in our view. Okay, so great. Library is great. So it sends the AJAX request and it gets all thing and update our page immediately. Let's try one more. So I'll write here 7th article, and you can see this one more time. So this all happened without the page refresh, and great. Okay, we've done that. Now let's give the message whenever article is created. So to give the message here, what I can write, what I want to write here is I can write this as a public, and here I'll write article created, and initially this is false because no article were created, and I can toggle this now into true. That means when an article is stored, then I can make this true, and based on this I can give the message. I can check this in my, let's say, in my blade file, in my, not a blade file, yes, in my blade file article index. So initial article is not created, and when we listen event and when article is created, we make this true, article create. Now this is public, so it's available everywhere, so we don't have to worry about this. So we can go in article index here, and so we have the article create here, and we have the article index here. So here I can display this. So alright, if article created and inif, and let's make div class alert as you should say as a success, and here I'll write your article created, created, created SSS FUL successfully. So now let's try this. So refresh, and let me copy this and paste here, and this is the 8th article, and here, and you can see your article created successfully, and we get the flash message. Now another thing is that let's work on pagination, and pagination in Laravel is obviously very easy to implement, and in Vue.js it was very hard to implement the pagination, right? So it takes a lot of time, and obviously we need to debug a lot of things, we need to handle a lot of things, but Livewire is very easy to work with the pagination. So if you go to pagination here, then first thing is that we need to include this, use Livewire with Livewire pagination, and obviously we're rendering in the index, so we need to include here. So I'll include just here. And second thing is just use with pagination. So here we have to use a use pagination. Now at the moment we don't have any pagination link, so let's get the pagination link. And to get the pagination link, we'll go to the article index here, and let's paginate data. Paginate, and let's paginate data 4 data per page, and now we'll get only the 4 data here. And now let's get the pagination links. To get the pagination link, I'll go here, and here I'll display articles and links, and now let's save this. So we have the pagination link, and we have already included this class, and we also use this, use paginate, and it automatically handle the pagination. And now it should paginate the data without the page refresh. Now let's see this. So if I click 2, and you can see in the URL 2, and I got the data without the page refresh. And if I click 1, and again in I am page 1. So very easy to implement pagination. So let's work on the validation. We haven't worked on the validation, and validation is also very easy to handle. So to work on validation, we have to go again in our create method here in the store article, and validation is exactly the same we do in the Laravel. So we write this and validate, and here what do we want to validate? So we want to validate the title, tit title. I'll just make this simple. I'll write this require. So you can validate like minimum or maximum word or whatever you like. So I'll just make this as require. So this is done, and after this, in order to display the error, we have to display the error, and for that I'll go to the auth login and I'll grab this stuff to display the error. So I'll copy this, and in the article create I'll paste just below this, and after that I have to have this class which is the error, and it's an error. And let's go here, and first let's format this here, and in the class I'll give one space and I'll paste this, and now this is title, title title, and this is title title. So I'll do exactly the same to the description as well, and here I'll give the description. Okay, and I have to give the class to display this error. So class, and then form control error and error. I'll copy this and give one space here, and this is description, DSC RIPTI in description. Now let's give a try. So everything is done. We handle the validation, and it's a description on expected description in the welcome.play.php. So description, and description. So let's. Okay, the error is simply we missed the comma here, and it should be comma. So now let's refresh. Okay, now if we submit, then it should display the error without. So we have this empty, and the title field is required and description field is required. So in this tutorial we learned the basic stuffs of Laravel Livewire. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to learn more about the Laravel, Vue.js, Livewire, do subscribe my channel, and thank you for watching.